I'll be damned if that is not the best song ever written. It is way too hot today. It is way. I need a sarsaparilla. I'll be right back. What do you do when it's too hot? You grab a blanket straight from Mexico. I'm doing it a little differently. Because I've been doing a lot of funny stuff, and I thought, hey, why don't I try not to be funny for once in my life? This actually is too hot. I kind of just wanted to talk about my dad. I mean, Father's Day is coming up. My father just got back from Mexico, and he got me this pretty cool blanket. It's he asked me, he sent me a message, a text me what is your favorite color blanket? And I was like, blue, purple. And he said, why not both? But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to give a shout out to my dad, because he's probably one of the coolest dudes I know, aside from Chadwick, captain of the local frisbee golf team. But yeah, I thought maybe I'd just tell some stories about my dad. So not many of you may know this, but the first time I ever met my father was in a hospital. I was being born. I don't really remember it much, but yeah, I didn't live with him for half my life until I decided to kind of move in with him. Growing up, I think one of the first things we ever really bonded over was video games. He had a Sega Genesis. I played a lot of Sonic, if you couldn't have told from that last Bobby G video. Yeah, he taught me some cheat codes for Mortal Kombat. ABACABB. That gets you extra blood on the Sega Genesis. For those of you who are still playing Mortal Kombat 1, video games isn't really what kept us together, but that was definitely my biggest hobby when I was younger, and it was something that a younger version of my dad was into. One of the coolest, just the streetest, most badass things my dad ever did is on Easter he used to do little scavenger hunts around the house. That's kind of what you do on Easter. He'd hide a little egg and be a clue and be some clue that would reference the barbecue, and then you go outside to the barbecue and you lift it up, and inside there'd be another little egg, and crack that open and there'd be another clue. My dad is just a sweetheart, a very creative type. It's probably where I got it from. Whoa! The last year we ever actually did an Easter, and he set up a scavenger hunt across town. We'd all kind of the Saw movies at the time, so we made this little MP3 CD. He was I want to play a game, and then after that it was just him being hey, I've set some clues up. Here's your first clue. We were sent on a scavenger hunt all across town. Some of my siblings were embarrassed by it. It was definitely a really cute idea, and I guarantee you, we all look back on it with a lot of fondness, because what parent actually does that, sets up a scavenger hunt? We went to the park, we went to my grandparents, we actually went all the way across town, hit up all four corners, and in a classic dad Twilight Zone fashion, the last clue led us back to the house, and the final prizes were just in the trunk of the car and in the garage. So that was really sweet of him. He's just I don't know, one of the coolest, most understanding, just funny. I'd like to say I got my sense of humor from him, but he is way wittier than I am. I just do funny voices. I used to go to improv, and I did that in high school, and he would come and watch some of the meets, and it's hard to express how much I genuinely appreciated having him just kind of there, pretending to take interest in something I was enjoying doing. He rides a motorcycle. That's cool, right? He's an amazing grandfather. I'm pretty sure he's my nephew's best. I'm not even pretty sure. I know he's my nephew's best friend in the whole world. He's just knocking it out of the park as a grandpa, just as he did as a dad. My dad used to paintball. He's definitely a computer nerd. But yeah, his bachelor party was a paintball game, and it was not something that I ever really enjoyed, because I don't like being shot. When I was younger, he would this was a really just kind of cute parent type thing. Instead of going to a babysitter, sometimes he would have to take me to work with him, and he doesn't have a particularly exciting job for a kid to be at, but I still loved going to his work, and most of the time I'd just be left in his office on his DOS work computer, and I would be playing like the first 3 levels of Doom over and over, like the original Doom. And he did this really kind of very sweet thing where he would ask what my favorite TV show was, and the only answer I ever really remember giving him is Goosebumps. You know, when the day was getting long and I wanted to know when we could go home, he'd be like, "Oh, it's only 6 more episodes of Goosebumps," and to this day, that is still how like I measure how much time I have until I get off work. I'm like, oh, like, this is just basically, this is an 8-hour shift. This is just 8 episodes of Lost. He works shift work, so there were a lot of cool times when we would get to hang out at the house together. What's going on here? Why are my lights being weird? Oh well, still looks cool. My dad's weird. His nickname for me as a child was Spud. I'm assuming it's because when I was a baby, I looked like a potato. One of the biggest things that we've probably always bonded over was movies. I remember one time he just like called me in his room. He's like, "We got to watch this classic together. It's called Army of Darkness." Dad, I'm 16. I'm too cool to watch this terrible movie. But like by the end of it, I wanted to watch it immediately again afterwards, and that's kind of like where I started enjoying like this campier side of things, like being able to look at something like, hey, this is bad, and that's hilarious. He swung by this morning to drop off this sweet blanket that I wish I could use. It's just too F-wording hot right now. We talked about his trip that he went on. We talked a bit about music because he's been learning guitar and I've been picking up the drums again, and it was just kind of cool to be like, hey, we should jam sometime. You want to start a father and son duet band group? We can just do shoegaze covers of Tom Petty tracks. I guess the message I'm really just trying to give to my dad here is thank you for making me who I am today, to instilling some of the greatest personal values you really could in someone, for teaching me compassion and understanding and not being afraid to express myself and open up. You've given me so many great life lessons, and you were the first person to teach me that if I ever wanted to really write, I had to read every day. I had to write every day. You have given me so much, and there is no way I could ever repay you, but I'm just making a stupid video that you will probably never see. But I just wanted to, I don't know, express myself and say that I love you, and that I'm genuinely grateful for everything you've ever done, right down to the especially the scavenger hunt. So thank you for being my father potato, for being my dad. What I want from all of you, like I know some of you have fathers, some of you don't. Some of you have fathers who have been wonderful. Some of them have fathers that have been terrible. But what I want to hear from you guys down in the comments, and this isn't to cheat some YouTube algorithm. I just want you to tell me something that you are grateful for today. That's what I want to pass on. Is I know it's gonna be cliche with Father's Day right around the corner here, but I'm really grateful for my dad, and he's been an amazing role model in my life, and I only wish the best for him. Wish the best for all of you. Till next time. See ya.